Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
How to build a community around your business. Now, if you're a coach, consultant, or small to medium business, you obviously have a few clients that are in different industries that you have access to. And by access, I mean you have an opportunity to encourage their dreams, justify their failures, confirm their suspicions, allay with their fears, and throw rocks at their enemies. And what does that mean? It puts you at a unique advantage for seeing everything that's happening in all these industries. So you've got insights, information, and tools that you can help your other clients weather the storms they might be facing. So if you would have caught us, in the podcast episode number 30, we're talking about how to actually recession proof your business. And one thing that I've always been advocating for is building a community around the work that you're doing, a community of people that are like-minded, community of people that help each other be, do, and have a happier existence. And this actually presents an opportunity, for coaches and consultants in order for them to actually ensure that their businesses are 100% bulletproof, even through market downturns, sweeping lockdowns, or any recessions or looming pandemics that might actually be coming our way. So the fourth opportunity, or the opportunity or strategy that I've always been recommending several years now is building your community around your business. And there's a massive opportunity that very few coaches and consultants are actually taking advantage of, especially these days where we actually do have tools, systems, and processes that will enable you to actually create a community around your message, create a community around your market, and create a community around your processes so you can help others have a happier existence. And by community, I'm talking about those in your market who, you've developed relationships with, either your past clients, your existing clients, your colleagues, your partners, people you network with, etc. Okay, so these are people that have heard about you, that know of you, that literally can vouch for you, in front of other audiences, maybe their family, their friends, their colleagues, at a barbecue, or even strangers on a bus. Okay, this is where loyalty comes into play, and it also includes individuals and communities that actually support you, people that hold you accountable, and people that actually help you grow your business, especially during these market downturns. Okay, and none of us can do this alone. We've got an African saying that says, if you want to go far, you go together. But if you want to go further, you go together. All right. We always need people that help us. We always need people that support us. We always need people that encourage us. And we always need people that teach us what not to be and who to become. Okay. So in times of maybe economic challenges like what we're facing right now, or when there's uncertainty in the marketplace, a lot of organizations are just starting to, do things reluctantly without actually consulting with other people that might actually have an idea or have been through those certain periods. So like what they say, we're an average of the 5 people that we hang around with. So if 5 people around you are prosperous, 5 people around you are supporting you and encouraging you and teaching you Do you think your business will be profitable and enjoyable? So why not be intentional and actually create a moat around you so you can actually foster, loyalty for life? These are people that will vouch for you, customers that will sing your praises, or past clients that will sing your praises to their family, their friends, colleagues at a barbecue, or even strangers on a bus. See, the other day I was actually grabbing a coffee with a friend of mine, and he runs a successful digital agency. He's got over 20 employees. I think he's going on 25 now, and his clients are some of the biggest, most well-known brands in the world. And we're speaking about how quickly the looming recession could actually change things. And he was saying, in different industries it's manifesting differently. And I was like, yeah, because you've got access to all these people, you can see what's actually happening in different industry. And here's what he told me. Prosper, 3 of our clients canceled their contracts in 1 week. And if that would happen to a small fish like me, that would put me to my knees. And this kind of things happen, you know what I mean? But one thing you can do to lessen the risk is to build and strengthen your community. Create a moat around you so much that you give people access to opportunities, access to information, access to other individuals within your community, so it becomes very difficult for them to break up with you. Picture this as if you're in a relationship and you have to break up with either a girl or a guy. You're not only breaking up with them, you're breaking up with their mom, their father, their aunt, their sister, their dog, and their pets, or whatever it is that came, along with their family and things of that nature. So this is what I'm encouraging you to do within your business. Create and build a community around your work so that you're not the only person that people would have to cancel with if they decide to cancel with you. If people decide to cancel with me, they're going to have to cancel with their lawyer. They're going to have to cancel with their accountant. They're going to have to cancel with their engineer or whatever other consultants in between, their mortgage broker, because all of these people have been introduced to them through my own network. All right. How about them apples? So the stronger relationships you have with your clients, the more bonded they feel with you and your community. The less likely they are to cancel any engagements with you, because it's a lot of work to undo what you would have created for them, even if it's not a community of people, a community of content. All right. So if somebody has to, cancel their subscription with me, they have to unsubscribe from the podcast, unsubscribe from our social media, unsubscribe from our email. All those things that are helping them make sense of the world of business around them, they would have to think twice and think, do I really need to be going through this, situation? So whoever you're dealing with, try and see how else you can actually integrate with them, because the deeper the connection, the deeper the value that both of you are transferring both ways, now the harder it will be for them to actually cancel your retainer with you. So just remember, whenever you sign a contract or you close a deal, sing this song in your head. We are family. Oh my God, I don't know what's happening to my voice. Don't judge me. I'm not out here saying I'm a singer. I'm just trying to get this, flowing in your head. That song, We Are Family. I don't know what the words they are, but just remember that. Whoever you deal with, make them part of your family. All right. Because for me, we're family-owned business, and we treat our team, our clients, our community as one big family with respect, honesty, genuine care, and trust. And the one thing that you would also, do is you wouldn't treat your family badly, or you wouldn't, not respond to their email. Unless you've got a really messed up family, then I don't know. All right. I know and understand that with our community, with our clients, we go the extra mile for our clients and our team members. And we truly want to help people, we come in contact with. We love to serve people beyond what is typically expected in any business relationship. This podcast in and of itself, somebody can literally survive, run a profitable business just by listening to every single episode that comes from this podcast, because you never know what I'll talk about. And each of the things that I talk about, all the topics, will actually change the course of what your business would have looked like. Now, can you imagine if you had a community around you where people sit down, exchange ideas, where people sit down and exchange leads, all of those things you can literally create it within your business. Because when you're out there consulting, training, giving people information and your expertise, you are dealing and connecting with different industries, and you're getting all these insights whereby if you actually connect them, you, my friend, have a repository of information that other people are not privy to. So you can literally use that as value add to all those other people that don't have access. And when people have access to that kind of information, nobody would willingly take themselves off of the source where they're getting benefit from. All right. Now, it's for me, it's a core value that has actually helped me to bring such a strong consulting community, strong digital marketing community, and actually helps with retention as well. All right. You see, the thing is, when I came to Australia, I knew no one. All right. And that in and of itself made me want to create a space where other people can belong. And I did not know that it was an innate human desire to seek connection, to seek connectivity with other people. And if you can create that for other human beings, they would definitely want to reciprocate and stay connected to whatever it is that you're going to be putting out there. None of us can do this alone. We actually need other people, other people's help, other people's support, other people's encouragement, other people to teach us. We need to learn from other people. We're here to live, we're here to learn, and we're here to contribute. We live our best lives, but for us to be able to do that, we need to learn how to do that. And we learn from other people's experiences, what they have gone through, which makes it easy for us to make sense of the world around us. And we then contribute to other human beings. And that's the power of community. So as you develop your community, you also learn that it becomes a powerful source of new business, because the people who are within that community are going to want to see each and every one of the community members thrive. So instead of you having to go out and make connections with new people, you'll be able to tap into your own community. You'll be able to tap into your audience, the people that you've created around you, either by email or by podcast or by blogging. All right, we even have a community that you hear about at the end of this podcast, the Live Long Business Community, where you can come in and you can actually share your ideas with other people. We also have weekly meetings that we, help other people be, do, and have a happier existence. All of that is being created and formulated in such a way that we are helping every community member generate hundreds of qualified high-ticket leads like clockwork. You know why? Because we're always looking out for our own interest. All right. So, your community can be people that have read your articles, people that have attended your webinars, people that have joined you on LinkedIn, people that have joined you on Facebook. These are people that know you. These are people that like you. These are people that trust you, and they will fight tooth and nail to ensure that your business stays in business, and they'll be far more receptive to your offers, far more receptive to your message, because they are your target audience and you're going to be creating for and relating to them. So why wouldn't they support you grow? People will always support a world that they helped to build. So build your own community and watch your business prosper. You can start your community by just starting a small virtual roundtable. Right now, we've got Zoom. Just pick a date where you can have people sit down with you for an hour and get people to introduce each other. And in the process, you now create a systematic way that people can actually share leads. People can, get to learn from each other, etc. Just find 10 to 15 people who you think are smart and who are willing to maybe give up an hour a week for just a virtual chat, and help them support each other, share individual experiences. It can maybe be an informal mingling, but that kind of regular communication is critical, especially for you as a consultant, because it creates social proof. It shows other people that you are well connected to other individuals in and around whatever it is that you're doing. So what that happens now is people will now start associating you and diverting that authority, saying if you are connected to so many of these people and these people trust you, then who am I not to trust you? It's just easy. You know what I mean? Especially if you're more on the independent side. If you're your own person, half of the time, yes, during the your corporate days, you would go to a water cooler and connect with other human beings. How do you think your clients are connecting right now when they're working by themselves at home? So as a coach, be a leader who creates and fosters a supportive community in your market. And that can actually start providing resources, encouragement, and ideas. And once you become the person that makes other people's lives better, guess what? Everybody will triple, stumble, and fall trying to make sure that they are beating a path to your door so they can get access to this information. And you benefit more from it in more ways than you can imagine. More ways than you can imagine. Think of 20 years ago. If you had a problem with maybe a product or a service, what would you do? You would call customer support, right? But now, what do people do when they have a problem with the product or with a service? They just take it online. They go online, and the internet has actually changed the way businesses interact with their customers. So it's provided a way for customers to actually interact with their business and create relationships with them. People are now seeking relationships with brands. Why not you? And this has actually changed the expectations or how people want to be connected with the business brand. So if people have a problem with maybe your service or something of that nature, they just want to go to some sort of a platform, a forum where they can talk to other people and see if they can get answers. And I bet you do the same as well. See, these days, the entire community is around brands. I know, and I laugh at times. My wife is part of a Facebook group that is called Kmart Moms, where they talk about all the hacks of the things that they're finding in Kmart. And she's always experimenting with kids' clothing, the toys and all the things that she's finding from Kmart and making more use out of them. But I bet Kmart is the one that's behind that group, and they've created that community to just make it look like it's just mothers that are just talking on their behalf. Entire communities around brands and other products have actually been that have provided a high level of interaction amongst the clients, because you might not have an idea of how people are utilizing your service. Okay, you might not know the use case of how they're actually making the most value and benefit from what you're serving, because you're not your customer. So at the end of the day, you just want to make sure that you are part of the conversation that's already happening within the marketplace, because communities can supercharge your business, communities can supercharge your brand, communities can supercharge your teams, communities can supercharge your marketing. When people are speaking in a community, you can actually hear their exact words, how they actually feel about your service. How do they communicate with other people around it? You can foster word of mouth marketing, and people are speaking about your brand or your consultancy, and you actually build a community around the work that you're doing. It becomes people powered. The power of your community, there's so much that can become, you can get out of it, and you won't even have to do a lot of marketing. All you just got to do is tap into their user generated content, and you can literally use it to lure other people, to start, patronizing your business. Because it's a human nature and philosophy that people like us do things like this. All right. So if people already see this community thriving, if people already see this community communicating and sharing ideas, guess what? They will want to use more of your services. And most of the business that we get comes from our community. Or maybe some communities that I've actually joined and I'm giving value to those communities. I want you to be able to build a community and see how your community can actually drive growth to your coaching business, to your consulting business, or to your small to medium business. All right. You might be thinking, what actually is a community? See, a community is how do I put this? A network of mindsets. Okay. It's people that you have identified as your target market. And then you want them to connect at a level which is not just for your services or your products, but at a level of being humans. So it actually helps to unlock all of the insights that you come across every single day, every minds that you come across every single day, and it releases into the world a bit of value that you can now actually monetize. So the bigger the group, the more expertise and the more insight that you have. If you look at our community, we've got coaches, consultants, we've got lawyers, we've got doctors, we've got veterinary people, accountants, mortgage brokers, HR consultants, all the sorts. Each and every one of them is going through stuff in their business. And when they come and meet, they're sharing all those ideas and helping others, have a happier existence. So you can host your community, in different platforms. It can be your email list. It can be a Facebook group, a LinkedIn group. You can do a community like we have, Live Long Business Community. We're hosting that on a proprietary platform. You can use Slack. As a community, I've been invited to a few groups, on Slack, and the benefits of that are plenty. Once you're in a community, you're already part of some sort of a community right now. Where you live is a community. Where the groups that you're in is somebody's community that they've built, even though they might not be monetizing it or actually using it to its fullest. Have you ever noticed that if you've got a question, there's certain groups that you go to on social media and ask for answers? If that group is owned by somebody who solves problems that you're asking questions around, guess what? You already potentially are a lead for them. So you can literally grow your own reputation, your thought leadership, your the loyalty that people have with you based on you putting them together into some sort of a group so that they can find each other and connect and relate to each other. Let me tell you something. You can even reduce all the nonsense, talking that happens when people end up leaving you bad reviews. You can literally have little customer service issues if you've got a community that you've created around the work that you're doing. And communities help you produce content. Communities help you understand how people are actually engaging with your message. And you can see the technology that they're using and see if you cannot incorporate it into your work so you can streamline the results that you're getting for them. Let me tell you something. Once you create a community, you cement a powerful, lasting relationship between you and your customers, because once people are getting value from whatever you're putting in there, even if it's not from you straight, but it's from other people that are going through the same problems or trying to solve the same issues that they have, that in and of itself is valuable, because some people might think they're going through stuff by themselves, and when they see other people that are also trying to solve those particular problems, they commiserate. What's the word for it? They come together. Birds of a feather flock together. And I used to laugh when I was a kid, when our teacher was trying to sound very intelligent. He used to say, birds of a feather perambulate at close proximity. You need to do perambulation, my friend. Get people to perambulate at close proximity to your business. The closer you have people to you, the closer you are to the bank. Because the further you are away from your clients and everything else, not only can they not hear you, I think right now you don't even try and change your dial or try and figure out if you can hear me, because I'm way far away from the microphone. The reason why I went away is to show you that if you're further away from the community, if you're further away from the people that you're going to be demanding money off of, it's easy for them to cancel you. And let me tell you something, creating a group is super easy. As a kid, you always wanted people to follow you, follow the leader, right? But I know it's hard to build one. It's easy to create a Facebook group, but it's hard to build engagement inside the group, So just imagine that you're walking down the street maybe you're looking for a restaurant to eat, and the first restaurant you see is maybe fascinating. There's people sitting around, but you don't see many seats filled up, but it's nearly empty, and there's not a lot of cars in the car park. And there's a few people inside. There's not that much buzz, and you definitely walk past it, and you wait for something better. And then you see a second restaurant that's humming, and the windows are all there's mist on the windows to show that people are breathing inside. It's jam-packed with people. There's a line waiting outside to get inside, and you get a sense that this is good because of the buzz that it's actually generating, and you actually decide to just wait in line and eat there, even if it means you're going to have to wait for a long time. The same goes with the community, my friend. When people looking and seeing from afar that other people can't get enough of what you're doing, or frothing from the outside, they want more of what other people are receiving. If you have put people in a group, if you have put people in a community, other people are more likely to want to join. Because social proof is a big part of driving engagement, my friend. All right. But every community starts with that one member, which is you. You have to have the need to want to create something that other people will be proud to be a part of. All right. So at the end of the day, once you've got everything in there and you've got the content, and you're creating for and relating to your audience, it makes it super easy for other people to join. But you might be asking, how do I then create a community? I'm just going to give you a few best practices on building your community so you can help you get started on the right foot. All right. I just don't want to, give you an idea and not give you any actionable, steps for you to actually undertake. The first thing that you got to do is know your audience. Because if you know who you are trying to attract, it makes it easy for you to reach out to them. And it also makes it easy for when the people show up, they can put up their hand and say, yep, this is for me. All right. So just like you should be serving a specific sort of audience within your business, your community should also be the same. All right. This is absolute critical. Once you're clear on who should make up your community, all the other steps would be actually much more effective. Because if you know who's coming in, then it's easy for you to onboard them. Okay, it's easy for you to start sending emails out there. It's easy for you to actually systemize the engagement. It's easy for you to create for and relate to the audience that you already know. Who's going to be coming in, because engagement is what gets people into your community. All right. It helps them go from maybe just a casual to regular core members. And don't leave this engagement up to chance. You want to make sure that it's systematic. You already know, what these people want. You already know what problems they seek to solve. And that's why it pays to literally know your audience. And one thing that makes people stay within a community is value. We get paid in direct proportion to the value we bring to the marketplace. So you need to be relentless in your focus on providing value. Because if you want to grow your community, add more value. All right? If you want to get more regular and more core members, add more value. Value is key. The more you provide value, the bigger and better the community becomes. All right? Because at the end of the day, people are seeking information in the internet, and if your community is making it easier for them to make sense of the world around them, then you, my friend, would have created a scenario where people are definitely going to be wanting more of what you are offering them. Okay, and just because you're giving value doesn't necessarily mean you have to try and sell to people. People like buying stuff, but they don't like being sold to. So keep selling out of your communities. I mean, yes, it's going to be tempting for you to sell all of your potential customers in that community. Don't do it. If you focus on providing value, your community will do the selling for you. So keep your selling for other channels. Have landing pages where people can then go to and literally utilize your frameworks to then convert those customers into paying customers. All right, into paying clients. All right. At the end of the day, it now creates for you a diverse and recurring revenue stream, which will literally skyrocket your profitability and ensure that your business remains 100% bulletproof. if you have created a community around your business, it makes it difficult for people to even want to leave. And since you're already creating value for them, it becomes an asset that you literally can take to the bank. All right. So, if you're maybe asking, would my clients benefit from knowing each other? Then obviously yes, because if you've got accountants and lawyers in there, each and every one of them is also looking for a connection to those people. All right. At the end of the day, if you would like, my help to take advantage of especially these challenging times, get onto a call with me. All right. I'll work hands on with you to develop a strategic plan and then deep dive, and work through your ideal client, clarity, your strategic messaging, your consulting offers, how to build a community and how to increase your prices, your business model optimization, and just help you set up your marketing engine and lead generation system so you can consistently attract your ideal clients. And building a community around what it is that you're doing is one of those things. All right. So at the bottom of the podcast, just schedule a free growth session today and see how we can actually help you, create a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And, at the end of the day, you now have in your hands an opportunity to really create something that your clients will be proud of. And eventually just start delivering outstanding results for your clients, because now they're connected and now they will be loyal to you for life. And customers will definitely, if they are in your community, be singing your praises to their family, to their friends, to their colleagues at barbecues, or even strangers on the bus. I can't wait to be a part of your community or to see your community thrive. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au